All right, so our highest namaskars to the Paramatma Absolute One within each one of you. Please accept our namaskars as we begin our satsang on further understanding of Vyavasthit with our dearest, the Gnani Purush Dadashri.
Bueno, mis más elevados saludos al alma pura de todos ustedes y que acepten esto antes de comenzar la sesión de Vyavasthit.
So let me share the link. We did the Aptasutra 2951, so we go now to Aptasutra 2603.
Yes. Hoy vamos a ver el Aptasutra 2603.
Now 2603. All right. Okay. And Vyavasthit Aptasutra, VASS, and we have to go down a little bit. Page 2699 and the fear of the past is, we took care of that, right? 2951 we finished, and now we come to this one, 2603. Can you see that all? Yeah.
¿Lo pueden ver esto? El Aptasutra 2603.
All right.
Yes.
Okay, so with the support of the knowledge of Vyavasthit and the awakened awareness, Jagruti as the self, as capital, one can be in Saiyam. And Saiyam is defined as a state free of anger, pride, deceit, greed, attachment, abhorrence. You see? Completely.
Con el apoyo del conocimiento de Vyavasthit y la conciencia despierta, Jagruti, como el ser, con mayúscula, uno puede estar en Saiyam, el estado libre de ira, orgullo, engaño, codicia, apego y aversión.
So
completamente.
Good. So one man was asking, explain to me the law of Vyavasthit. And I told him, say 5 of you are going somewhere by car and someone grabs you by the ear and rudely and forces you out of the car. Even then you feel, oh, this guy is not throwing me out. It is Vyavasthit who is removing me from the car.
Un hombre me preguntó, dice Dada, explícame la ley de Vyavasthit. Y le dije, digamos que 5 de ustedes van a algún sitio en un coche y alguien te agarra de la oreja y te obliga a salir del coche. Incluso entonces sientes, este tipo me está echando. Es Vyavasthit sacándome.
He's not throwing me out, he's throwing Chandu out, you see. is. That is another way of looking at it. More importantly, he is Vyavasthit is throwing me out. You see? Yeah.
Shuddha dice, en realidad no me está echando a Chandubai, no a mí, pero lo más importante es que Vyavasthit está sacándome del auto.
Now, at the time of being invited in, he may have said, "Have a seat," and then later he tells you, "Chandubai, get out, please, get out." Then the Gnan should immediately present to Chandubai, it is Vyavasthit who is saying this. Who is to blame? You see?
En el momento de entrar, él puede haber dicho, toma asiento. Luego te dice, Chandubai, sal. Entonces el Gnan debe presentarse inmediatamente a Chandubai.
Yeah.
El lector debe insertar su nombre aquí. Es Vyavasthit quien está diciendo esto. ¿Quién tiene la culpa?
You know, the knowledge is there for you, the Amapura, but it is when Chandubai gets this knowledge, while one becomes Gnani, while one moves into Gnan, you see, through your absolute stillness as the Amapura. You are the Amapura, and while one has to slowly move away from ignorance, darkness, towards knowledge, you see. So before file 1 or Chandubai would get upset, you see. Now Chandubai is slowly and slowly coming into the light of the self, You Samapura, this thing is not, he's telling it to the neighbor.
Cuando le dicen que se baje del coche, le piden que se le baje del coche, es Chandubai el que se está bajando del coche. Chandubai es el archivo 1, pero también está recibiendo el conocimiento, tiene el conocimiento, y entonces así lentamente se va a ir moviendo, dejando la ignorancia para reconocer que él en realidad es alma pura.
So through the Gnana of Vyavasthit, the one who used to believe that I am Chanduvai, I am Patricia, I am Evangelina, is now moving more and more into Soyamapura.
Y entonces la creencia cada vez más se va moviendo de que yo soy Patricia, yo soy Evangelina, y se va moviendo cada vez más al conocimiento de que yo soy alma pura.
Questioner. Vyavasthit should be blamed. It is Vyavasthit who is saying get out. And
pregunta, ¿hay que culpar a Vyavasthit? ¿Es Vyavasthit quien está diciendo vete?
And Dadashri says Vyavasthit is saying get out. After going a short distance, again he says, no, forget it. Then one of the passengers will say, no, I will not be able to come along. So then he tells Chandubai once again, come back. So Chandubai should understand, Vyavasthit is calling me back. Excuse me. And when, so, excuse me. Give me a minute. I'll be back, okay? I'll be right back.
Yes. Nos pide un minuto, ayuda y vuelve.
So, let us continue. So, after traveling ahead, after about a furlong, he comes across an acquaintance. So he tells you, let us do one thing, Chandubai. You come out of the car. At that time, Chandubai should understand Vyavasthit is making me get out of the car. Vyavasthit at that time do not have a look of dismay on the face. When it is Vyavasthit that is making you get out of the car, why should you spoil your face? So you should get out of the car. Then as you're going down the road, the man's acquaintance says, no, I won't be able to come. Then Chandubai is told, Chandubai, come back, come back. Even then, you should understand that Vyavasthit is calling you back. When it happens 9 times like this, that means you passed Dada's exam, the exam of Vitaragata, the total absence of attachment or abhorrence. Your mind will not spoil even when this happens 9 times. That is what I tell everyone. This is how beautiful this knowledge of Vyavasthit is. No man is able to do this at all. Only Vyavasthit does this. Yet one unnecessarily says in dismay, I do not want to come with you. And after being rejected 2 to 4 times, one loses his naturalness or sahajta. Okay, I'll let you read this, ma'am.
Yes. Dadashri. Vyavasthit dice, después de recorrer una corta distancia, no, olvídalo. Entonces uno de los pasajeros dirá, no puedo ir. Entonces le dice a Chandubai una vez más, ven, vuelve. Así que Chandubai debe entender que Vyavasthit me está llamando. Y cuando Vyavasthit te llama de vuelta, debes volver a sentarte en el coche según Vyavasthit. Después de continuar el viaje, tras un trecho, se cruza con otro conocido. Entonces te dice, vamos a hacer una cosa. Chandubai, sal tú del coche. En ese momento, Chandubai debe entender, Vyavasthit me está haciendo salir del coche. En ese momento, no tengas una mirada de consternación en la cara, cuando es Vyavasthit quien te hace salir del coche, porque deberías estropear tu cara. Por lo tanto, debes de salir del coche. Entonces, mientras van por la carretera, el conocido del hombre dice, no, no podré ir. Entonces, se lo dice a Chandubai, Chandubai, vuelve, vuelve. Incluso entonces debes entender que Vyavasthit te está llamando. Cuando sucede 9 veces así, eso significa que has pasado el examen de Dada, el examen de Vitarata, la ausencia total del apego y la aversión. Tu mente no se estropeará ni siquiera cuando esto ocurra 9 veces. Eso es lo que le digo a todo el mundo. Así de hermoso es el conocimiento de Vyavasthit. Ningún hombre es capaz de hacer esto en absoluto. Solo Vyavasthit hace esto. Sin embargo, uno dice innecesariamente con consternación, no quiero ir, ve tú. Después de ser rechazado 2 a 4 veces, uno pierde la naturalidad. Sahajikata.
Sahajta. Sahajikta.
Sahajikta. Yeah.
Now, the vitrag, when you say ata here, vitragata, sahajikta. Vitrag is Lord Simandar and our Gnani Purush Dadashri, and Vitragata is their their conduct. You see, the way they are without any apego or aversion. You see.
Esta terminación de acta como sahajikta o vitarak Gata, es la ausencia total del apego y la aversión, es como Lord Simandar Swami o Dadashri.
Right. And they're natural. You see, they are natural. There is no pretense, there is no deceit, there is no kashai, there is no kashai.
Y son naturales, sin kashais, sin engaño, sin nada, sin kashais, naturales.
Questioner, oh, he will say, what do you think I am? Am I some sort of a dog? You keep throwing me out like this?
Él le pregunta, dice, él dirá, ¿qué crees que soy? ¿Alguna especie de perro? ¿Sigues echándome?
And the other she says, yes, so Vyavasthit does it, and people believe that the other person is doing it. He is just a nimit, instrumental in the doer, in the one of the evidentiary doers in the unfolding of my own karma. You see, one should not bite or blame him like this.
Dadashri dice, sí, aquí el Vyavasthit lo hace. Y la gente cree que la otra persona lo está haciendo. Él es solo un nimit, el hacedor instrumental en el desarrollo del karma. Uno no debe morderlo o culparlo así.
Questioner, but through this example you gave a spectacular explanation of Vyavasthit, you see?
Te pregunta, pero a través de este ejemplo usted dio una explicación espectacular de Vyavasthit.
Dadashri says, even if he removes you from the car 9 times, Vyavasthit is removing you. He is not removing you. What is in his hands when he lacks the independent energy to evacuate his bowels at will? What is the poor man going to do? How is he going to remove you from the car? If he got into an accident ahead, then he would die. You see, so this nobody has any independent energy.
Dadashri, aunque te saque del coche 9 veces, Vyavasthit te está sacando, no te está sacando él. ¿Qué hay en sus manos? Cuando no tiene la energía independiente para evacuar sus intestinos a voluntad, ¿qué va a hacer el pobre hombre? ¿Cómo va a sacarte del auto? Si tuviera un accidente delante y muriera.
I have said the rule of 9 times. I have said that if he maintains composure 9 times like that, then I will know that he has passed in my Gnan. He is complete in my Gnan. One maintains patience for 2 or 4 times, but then you will begin to see the expression of his face change. To sit in the car 9 times and be told to get out of the car 9 times and to not forget the knowledge of Vyavasthit, that is our Gnan. Vyavasthit makes him sit and Vyavasthit makes him get out.
He dicho la regla de las 9 veces. He dicho que si mantienes la compostura 9 veces así, entonces sobre qué ha aprobado, sé que ha aprobado el Gnan. Está completo en mi Gnan. Uno mantiene la paciencia durante 2 o 4 veces, pero entonces empezará a saber cómo cambia la expresión de su cara. Sentarse en el coche 9 veces y que le digan que se baje del coche 9 veces y que no olvide el conocimiento de Vyavasthit, eso es nuestro Nan. Vyavasthit te hará sentarse y Vyavasthit te hará salir.
Yes. Questioner, it becomes well established. Aquavus, it says it becomes well established, you see. And the other, she says it is worth only when it is like that. Attachment, abhorrence, rag, dvesh do not happen constant vitaragta, a state of absolute freedom from attachment, abhorrence prevails. That is how this Vignan, this science is. With the support of Vyavasthit, one can observe Saiyam, you see, a state free of anger, pride, deceit, greed, attachment, and abhorrence. With the support of knowledge of Vyavasthit and awakened awareness as the self, a Soyama Pura, one can observe Saiyam completely. Do you understand?
Pregunta, ¿se convierte en algo establecido? El que pregunta dice eso, se convierte en algo establecido. Y Dadashri dice, solo tiene el valor cuando es así. El apego, aversión, raktuish, no ocurre. Prevalece el vitarakta constante. Es el estado de absoluta libertad de apego, aversión. Así es este Vignan, esta ciencia. Con el apoyo de Vyavasthit, uno puede observar Saiyam, un estado de ausencia de ira, orgullo, engaño, codicia y apego, aversión. Con el apoyo del conocimiento de Vyavasthit y la conciencia despierta como el ser, uno puede observar a Satyam completamente. ¿Lo entiendes?
And Prashnakarta, questioner, Dada, this is an even bigger examination than the MD, Doctor of Medicine examination.
El interlocutor dice, Dada, este es un examen aún más grande que el de la escuela de medicina.
Dadashri said. And Dadashri said, no, I said this 18 or 20 years ago. That man's car used to go for satsang from here to Pavagadh, which is like a hill station known for its famous Mahakali Mataji temple. Once or twice, it so happened that someone had been asked to get out of the car. So I had told them that even if they are told to get out of the car, it means Vyavasthit is having you get out of the car. This is a real example, you see.
Acá Dadashi dice, no, ya lo dije, hace 18 o 20 años. El coche de un hombre solía ir a hacer satsang desde aquí a Papagat, una estación de montaña conocida por su famoso templo de Mahakali. Una o dos veces sucedió que se le pidió a alguien que se bajara del coche. Entonces yo les había dicho que si pedían que se bajaran del coche significaba que Vyavasthit les estaba haciendo bajar del coche.
This is indeed the belief you should maintain. This is an important sentence. This is indeed the belief you should maintain. Even when you are made to sit inside 9 times and made to get out 9 times, then you should not feel, why he removed me out of the car. And if he calls you again, you will see dismay on your face. Yes, who is he to remove you from the car? Moreover, Vyavasthit brings him here. Will Vyavasthit do that or not? Vyavasthit the driver brings the driver to you.
Esta es la creencia que debes mantener, ¿no? Esto es lo más importante. Incluso cuando te hacen sentarte dentro 9 veces y salir 9 meses, 9 veces, entonces no debes sentir por qué me saco del coche. Y si te llama de nuevo, verás la consternación de tu cara. Sí, ¿quién es él para sacarte del coche? Por otra parte, Vyavasthit lo trae aquí. ¿Vyavasthit hará eso o no?
Questioner. It will. And
Lo hará.
And Dadashri says, Vyavasthit has such a huge role. We have seen that. That is why we give you the guarantee. And Vyavasthit is the only thing that will not show anyone's fault. Go ahead. You just finish this paragraph in. I will take a little
Spanish, okay.
rest. Yeah.
Yes. Dadashri. Vyavasthit tiene un papel muy importante. Nosotros lo hemos visto. Por eso nosotros te damos la garantía. Y Vyavasthit es la única cosa que no mostrará la falta de nadie. Esto es Vyavasthit. No lo he dicho, Vyavasthit no tiene interés propio. Ve con Vitarata. Si uno entiende Vyavasthit, ayuda mucho. De lo contrario, cuando te pida que vuelvas al coche, tendrás esa mirada de consternación en tu cara. Oye, tú, ¿cómo puedes mostrar consternación en tan poco tiempo? ¿Cómo puedes estar consternado en tan poco tiempo? Interlocutor. Dada, puedo permanecer tranquilo hasta 2 o 3 veces si la otra persona es sadhak, aspirante espiritual. Sin embargo, a la 4ª vez, todo lo que se ha acumulado en el interior se derrama. Dadashri. Sí, por lo tanto es necesario mantener la paciencia. Pregunta. Dada, además de un Sakvan Murti, un Gnani viviente, ¿de dónde se puede alcanzar tal claridad? Y Dadashri contesta, si se quiere, está en un libro, ¿verdad? ni siquiera está en un libro. Si estuviera en un libro, entonces todo el mundo se convertiría en vitarag. Ningún tipo de apego y aversión, ¿no es así? Se entienden, se entiende Vyavasthit, cuando entonces todos se volverán vitarag, ¿no es así? Esto no es ninguna escritura. El camino del que te hablo simplemente no se encuentra en las escrituras. En la escritura, las herramientas se muestran diciendo que hay que hacer esto y aquello. Aquí no hay camino de hacer, es un camino de comprensión. Hemos ido más allá del hacer, más allá de la ilusión, Branti. Así que toda la discusión es diferente, ¿no es así? Continue, because it's ending this Aptasutra.
So this, my friends, this is, most of it is very clear. The underlying theory is very clear. Now we have to come to this level of our exactness in understanding Vyavasthit. This is the level. This is the final level, you see.
Acá todo lo que está subrayado está muy claro y lo más importante es venir a este nivel más elevado de entendimiento, llegar a este nivel elevado de entendimiento.
The most important and the most precious thing in our life is the absence of kashais, you see. In anything that we move about in this world, there should not be the slightest slightest evidence of anger, pride, deceit, or greed. You see, that is the goal. That is the goal.
Lo más importante y precioso es la ausencia de kashais, de ira, de orgullo, de codicia, de engaño, en cualquier cosa que estemos haciendo o viviendo en esta vida, sin ninguna huella o sombra de orgullo, ira,
Kashais.
codicia, engaño,
Kashais.
apego, kashais, yes.
Anger, pride, deceit, greed, attachment, abhorrence, you see.
Ira, orgullo, codicia, engaño, apego, aversión, kashais.
This, everything else is accepted, you know. All activities, anything you want to eat, anything you want to do, that's fine. As long as anger, pride, deceit, and greed does not arise within you in the process, no matter what others do or no matter what your file 1 is doing, if this do not arise, then you are free in this world, you see, and you're free, absolutely free.
Wow. Absolutamente todo es aceptable, todo lo que quieras comer, lo que quieras hacer, pero que lo hagas sin calláis en el proceso. No importa lo que los otros hagan y no importa lo que haga tu file one. Es sin calláis, sin dejo de ir a orgullo, codicia, engaño, apego o aversión. Y así nos volveremos absolutamente libres.
Presence, no matter regardless of whatever the situation, but the presence of, that means your the presence, your reactions or your movement in this world is such that it is associated with the slightest amount of pride, slightest amount of greed, slightest amount of deceit or anger. You know, your anger, you're rejecting other people, you're scornful towards other people, etc. Any of these things, will bring you back in this world of ours again after, these things carry with you into the next life, and they prevent your liberation. They prevent your liberation. See? It is.
Yes. Eh, no importa, no importa absolutamente nada, es la presencia o las reacciones asociadas con la ira, el orgullo, la codicia, el engaño o rechazar a otros, es lo que te va a traer de vuelta a este mundo, te va a traer de vuelta a esta vida, y lo que hace es cortar la liberación.
And how do we
Very important.
and yes, and how do we check that? How do we double check that? How do we assure that? You see? And then the answer is that inside you, from morning till evening, you are not affected by anything that's going on outside. Or also, you are not affected by anything that is going on in your own body, you see. So these two things, others plus your own body, no matter what happens to this body, you are not affected. You see, you are not affected. You are constantly still, unaffected.
Yes. Yes. ¿Cómo hacemos para chequear esto? ¿Cómo lo chequeamos? Es cuando dentro tuyo, desde la mañana a la noche, no te afecta absolutamente nada de lo que sucede afuera, a otros, ni a tu propio cuerpo. Y constantemente desafectado de todo lo que suceda. Nada, así nada te afectará.
I have written down something here in the chat. I'm sure it will get translated. It's called dhyan. You see, this is the dhyan. People, this dhyan means meditation. You see, dhyan means meditation, and ours, all of us in Akram Vignan, is a natural meditation. In other words, the highest meditation is Soyama Pura. You see.
Yes. Dhyan es meditación, y todos nosotros que estamos en el Nan tenemos una natural meditación que es soy alma pura.
And so there are two types of these superb dhyans. One is called dharma dhyans. Dharma dhyan. It is called the meditation of true religion, not the kind of external activity that you see people do. You see, like sit down and chant the name of the Lord or chant Om, 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 etc. No, without moving a muscle. No, we are not talking about that kind of meditation. We are talking about Dharmadhyam means absence of Kashai reactions, you see, So, there is no absence of Kashai reaction. So, Dharmadhyan means auspicious, good meditation. You see, you're not disturbed, and Amapura, Soya Amapura is such that none of these wrong things that are happening can touch it. You see, you're absolutely untouched, and that is the pure Lord God that you and I are. The state is not completed yet, but that's where we are. We have entered. Soyamapura, you see. You too are also Amapura.
Yes. Dharma Dhyan es la verdadera religión. No es la religión de, sentarte, rezar, repetir Om o hacer rituales. Es estar en el estado de alma pura, es la ausencia a la reacción, es la ausencia de calláis. Es una meditación auspiciosa y absolutamente nada, no hay molestias porque estás en el estado del alma pura, lo cual te vuelve intocable y porque estás en el estado del puro Dios que somos. Nos falta un camino para completar, pero estamos en el camino de, del de la manifestación del puro Dios interno que somos todos.
You see this, and the sutra says that on the basis of this knowledge of Vyavasthit and the awareness of who am I, Saiyam apura, on the basis of the knowledge of Vyavasthit and who am I, one can remain completely free of kashais, absolutely free of kashais. That is called Saiyam, Saiyam, you see.
Yes. Este sutra dice que el conocimiento de Vyavasthit, de la conciencia de que soy alma pura, puede liberarte de los kashais. Y esto se llama Sanyam.
Yes,
Saiyam. Sorry.
Saiyam.
Saiyam.
Saiyam means, there are two types of Saiyam. One is for the step-by-step path, people who are not self-realized but who have entered into spiritual practices. They will say, they will make a decision. I will never become angry. I will never become angry. I will not become angry, no matter what. And they try to do it with the strength of their ego, you see. This is the step-by-step or the karmic path, you see. And if they do become angry with someone, say with their disciple or somebody who's were helping them, then they will punish their own body. They will say, okay, I'm not going to eat my dinner tonight because I became angry with my follower, you see. See, that is the worldly Saiyam. This is what we see in different religions, you see.
Yes. Hay dos clases de Sanyam. Uno es el paso a paso, ¿no? Del camino krámico. Entonces, por ejemplo, las personas dicen, bueno, no me voy a enojar, no me enojaré. Pero lo están diciendo desde el ego, ¿no? Porque después si se enojan con alguien, dicen, entonces, como me enojé, me voy a castigar y no voy a cenar. Pero esto tiene que ver con lo mundano, lo deciden con el ego.
And ours, theirs is a visible Saiyam. Okay, the disciples will come to, the followers and the students of the master will come and say, sir, sir, why are you not eating? Please, why are you not eating? Why are you not eating? And so he will say, I am doing penance. I am paying the price of my becoming angry or my becoming deceitful, and so I'm skipping this meal today, or for the whole day I will not eat, you see. So they keep on punishing their own body, and this is called the visible external penance. You see, this is they're trying very hard not to become angry, not to become deceitful, not to become greedy, etc. You see.
Yes. Este Saiyam es un Saiyam que es visible, ¿no? Entonces, por ejemplo, vienen los discípulos a ver a este maestro que se enojó y se castigó y como penitencia el castigo es no comer. Y vienen los discípulos y le preguntan, ¿por qué no come, maestro? Y él dice, bueno, estoy haciendo penitencia porque me enojé. Y no comen todo el día. Entonces es visible, es una penitencia visible externa.
Yeah, and ours is Our Saiyam is achieved naturally. Naturally, how? Through understanding this Aptasutra 260 through that we have read in so much detail, you see.
Nuestro Saiyam es cómo entendemos Aptasutra, ¿no? Que el 2603 que vimos hoy, que está tan claro.
Yeah, our Saiyam is achieved. Dadashri has made you and I Amapuras, absolute Amapuras. Absolute Amapura has experience of it has also begun, you see. Now, what is left is hanging on to the knowledge of Vyavasthit. You say Vyavasthit is the doer in this world. Nobody else is doing it, you see. So, no matter what happens, if you just say Vyavasthit, V for Vyavasthit, you're done. You don't even have to say it. You have to just simply know it. People will come and tell you, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. I didn't mean to hurt you." Or the other people, some others will come and say, "Go, let her go to hell. What do I care?" Both Vyavasthit. Okay.
Yes. Dadashri nos hizo alma pura, ¿no? Y también comenzó el absoluto alma pura, ¿no? Y el conocimiento de Vyavasthit, de que nadie hace, de que es Vyavasthit, es solo saberlo, es el conocimiento, tener el conocimiento de cómo suceden las cosas. Y si alguien dice, bueno, que se vaya al diablo, tampoco es como no inmutarse con eso tampoco.
I know. A negative thought that arises, a positive thought that arises within your file one's mind. The mind belongs to file one, you see. It is Vyavasthit. It is Vyavasthit. You are not doing the thinking. It's not happening to you. It is happening to the mind of Tela, of the mind of Fabi, etc. You see. Yes, so that is Vyavasthit. Yes, it's Vyavasthit.
Todos los pensamientos que sean positivos o que sean negativos surgen en la mente del archivo 1 y eso es Vyavasthit. No soy yo la que está pensando, es lo que está sucediendo en la mente.
Yeah, this knowledge allows you to see the Amapura in the man who suddenly stops the car and rudely tells you, "Get out of the car, please. You get out of the car." He doesn't even use the word please. Get out of the car. Just get out. It's a very striking example that Dadashri is giving, you see. And this will happen and does happen in our life, even though we are trying to be gentle or proceed in this life to the best possible way we can. People will still come and jab you, people will still come and poke you, people will still will behave with you in ways that you have a lot of difficulty accepting otherwise you would, in the old days you would have said, "The hell with you," or you just walk away from such a person, you see.
Yes. Este conocimiento nos permite estar en el alma pura, ¿no? Y cuando el hombre dice sal del coche, es un ejemplo absolutamente preciso. Y esto es lo que pasa en nuestras vidas. Y por ahí, aunque seamos amables, amorosos, tratemos bien a las personas, siempre habrá personas que vendrán que por ahí van a decir o hacer cosas o difíciles de aceptar. En otro momento por ahí, antes del Gnani diríamos, "Buah, que se vaya al diablo", pero ahora ya no es más así. Ya no es más así.
And also we read today, this knowledge, this one sentence, a human being is not have the capacity to do anything at all. A human being does not have the capacity to do anything at all. It is scientific circumstantial evidence that is doing it. Scientific circumstantial evidence is doing it, you see, and you are under an illusion that he is doing it. When you say, oh, look at him, he is doing so well, he's playing tennis so well, oh, he's doing this, you see, or she is doing that, but it is scientific circumstantial evidence.
Yes. Esta oración es muy, muy importante, ¿no? Y es que ningún ser humano tiene la capacidad de hacer algo. Son las evidencias científicas circunstanciales las que hacen. Pero tú tienes la ilusión de que, por ejemplo, él juega bien al tenis o hace esto o hace lo otro. Y no hace nada. Son las evidencias científicas circunstanciales las que hacen.
It's the most complex universal scientific machine. Every human body, you can see, if you keep on looking at it, you'll see what is happening. You see, there is that which is visible externally, but more importantly, you can begin to see so much, you see, so much. You're listening to somebody, but actually there is, it's a very complex machinery that is operating in front of you. You see this, the speech and the sounds are coming, the and the activity of his body is going on, his heart is pumping, you see, his blood is moving. It's all the way inside. You can go to the final moment, and this is nothing but just effect of subatomic particles only. You see, effect of subatomic particles. That's cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Esto es la más compleja maquinaria del mundo. Y poder ver lo visible, podemos ver lo visible externo, pero también estamos viendo o escuchando de esta máquina las palabras que salen de ella. Podemos sentir un corazón que está bombeando. Sabemos que la sangre está recorriendo todo el cuerpo por dentro. Y todo esto es un efecto de las partículas subatómicas.
Dadashri describes a very interesting scene. He says, the Vyavasthit is doing this, and any without any useful purpose, his face turns. The man who is being told to get out, his face turns into a sour face, and he says, "Get lost! I don't want to come with you. I don't want to come with you." You see, now that part. Consider that part. You see. It's the discharging ego. Everybody's ego in this world is discharging, whether it is a gnani or whether it is an agnani, whether he is self-realized or he is not. Everybody's ego is discharging, is discharging. And the only difference is the gnani's ego does not react again, whereas the Gnani on the force of his presence is not able, it does not enter into ego reactions. There is no ego reactions. Whereas Mahatmas will, by the fourth time you'll say, get lost, I'm not coming with you. I'm going to take a cab. I don't want to come in your car, you see, so the ego is the one that reacts. It's the discharging ego, you see.
Yes. Dada dice, tú sabes que Yavastit hace las cosas y sin embargo tu cara se distorsiona y no quieres volver a subir al auto. Entonces, considera esa parte y de poder ver que todo lo que está sucediendo es una descarga del ego. Todo es una descarga del ego. Ahí está el nani tiene descarga de ego. Uno que no es nani también descarga de ego. Y todos estamos en una descarga de ego. Lo que pasa es que el nani no entra en reacciones del ego, ¿no? No entra en reacciones del ego.
Because the Gnani is in Gnan, and the Gnan is who am I and who is doing this. That's it. There is this Gnan that has become completely manifest because of these two components. Who am I? Saiyam apura, absoluto amapura, and this is Vyavasthit. This is Vyavasthit.
Yes. El nani está en el nan, entonces sabe quién es, absoluta alma pura. Y también sabe que todo lo que sucede es Vyavasthit.
And and in this Dadashri says, and let me share that because that's an interesting sentence. And and he says, and yes, that's fine. I'm just trying to pick up that exact words of Dada, and
I remember you said in a satsang that there is only alma pura and Vyavasthit.
I mean, I'm Apura and Vyavasthit, and this is the this is liberation. In other words, this is the growing view of liberation, and this is the experience of the liberated one. You see, the one who is liberated.
Me acuerdo que Shuddha una vez en un satsang dijo que solo es alma pura y Vyavasthit. Y dice sí, y que este es el grado de la liberación.
Yeah, this is the sentence, this one here, that I wanted to share with you again. Here, this one here. You see this? I see. Yes. Read this solo Vyavasthit. You see?
Solo Vyavasthit hace esto. Sin embargo, uno dice innecesariamente con consternación: no quiero ir, ve tú. Después de ser rechazado 2 a 4 veces, uno pierde la naturalidad, su naturalidad, sahakikata.
Sahajikta.
It sounds me in Japanese how I pronounce it.
You see, if you split it into three, sahajikta. But it doesn't matter what naturalness is, naturalidad. So now this is the interesting sentence. You say, let me say it in English. After being rejected 2 to 4 times, one loses his naturalness. In other words, it is that is what we human beings were meant to be, natural, you see. And we have become unnatural. We have become unnatural because of darkness, you see, because of this lack of light about these two exact knowledge. Saiyam apura, and this is Vyavasthit. You see this, in other words, this is what has made us unnatural, you see, you know.
Después de cómo perdemos la naturalidad, ¿no? Después de ser rechazados de 2 a 4 veces perdemos la naturalidad. Entonces después de ser, y entramos, al perder la naturalidad, entramos en la oscuridad, ¿no? Que es la ignorancia, la falta de luz. Y la luz es saber quiénes somos y que todo es Vyavasthit.
We are being tested, you and I, my friends, every day we are being tested, even when we are in satsang and everything is happening beautifully in satsang, you are enjoying satsang, you are absorbing satsang, something happens, you see somebody say something in satsang, or you see a face of another Mahatma, and a disturbance happens in you. You are no longer natural. You start having negative thoughts, you see, and you enter into those negative thoughts. You're supposed to see this, all that is happening around you without getting disturbed, you see. And so your
Yes.
naturalness gets broken, you see. Oh, she is doing like this, he is doing like this, you see. He is not doing like this, she is not doing like this. Her evidences are making her act up. It's her evidences. Somebody will start jumping, somebody will ask the most quote unquote stupid question, or over and over again somebody is trying to show off their knowledge in front of the Gnani, etc. All of these things are evidence based. He's not, you'll say, what he is doing is asking the same question that he asked 10 years ago. What's going on? Well, so you just be natural, This is how it is.
Yes. Todos somos tosteados, inclusive hasta cuando estamos en satsang y de repente vemos o escuchamos algo y perdemos la naturalidad y entramos en un pensamiento negativo. Imaginen ver, al otro o la vida sin pensamientos negativos, porque ella no hace nada, son las evidencias las que hacen. Alguien dirá o hará cosas y en realidad son evidencias. O por ahí le preguntan al Gnani, alguien le pregunta lo mismo que le preguntó hace 10 años. Y bueno, son evidencias, es natural, es así.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the experiment is very interesting. The experiment that is going on in front of us becomes more interesting when there are lots and lots of Mahatmas in front of the Gnani, you see, and then you see the evidences from so many angles coming through, you see, so many angles. Yours and mine is the role to be blissful and to allow this science grow within you by simply being aware of what is happening. The awareness of who I am, Saiyam apura, that awareness is the most precious thing, you see. Amapura is Amapura, but the awareness is now applied. You see, the awareness is applied. You look at Fabi, or you look at Tella. The awareness is there. about who they are and what is this in front of me. You see, who they really are and what is this in front of me. You see, are these two ladies with sitting in there? This it is a complex that is kind of uh, uh, just unfolding naturally. In satsang it unfolds naturally. They're just just being themselves there. They're present.
Yes. Esto es un experimento que es muy interesante. Y por ejemplo, cuando hay muchos Mahatmas enfrente del Gnani, es como que cada uno ve desde diferentes ángulos, desde diferentes lugares, ¿no? Pero hay que permitir que la ciencia crezca. Esta ciencia, esta conciencia de que yo soy alma pura, la conciencia de Vyavasthit y la conciencia aplicada. La conciencia aplicada es quiénes son estas personas y qué es esto que está pasando frente a mí. Es un desarrollo que naturalmente se está presentando.
Okay, Shuddhatma Bhagwan, let's take a break. Yes, shall we take time for a break? And
Okay.
uh, and
Thank you, Sudha.
yeah, and then yes, it gives you a break too, and and then we return in about 10 minutes. Okay, right?
En
Okay.
10 minutos
Thank you.
volvemos.
Yeah, right.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Jai Sachidanand. Yeah.
Jai Sachidanand.
Mhm.
Chitana, Pato.
Sí, Sachitana, Carlos, ¿cómo estás?
Está seriecita, concentrada. A ver cuándo entra.
Sí,
Se fue a tomar mate.
Con medias lunas.
Pato, pregunta.
Sí.
¿No se canta el trimantra más?
Se pasó, ahora le voy a decir que terminemos cantando el Trimantra, sí.
¿Así es ahora?
No hay cambio, se le debe de haber pasado por algo.
Por la vez pasada pasó, y yo dije, qué raro, por ahí me perdí algo, como estoy tan colgado, y es algo que no. Bueno, era
Sí,
esa
la
mi
verdad no
duda.
tengo idea. Ni idea. Ni idea.
Dale. Bueno, esperemos que termine de comer la media luna y vuelve.
Siempre
Un beso.
Vishuddha. Chao, corazón.
Sí.
What do you think? Shall we start, or let me see? Somebody has written something.
Carlos asked why we do not sing Trimantra.
Why do you want?
Why didn't we sing the Trimantra?
Oh, yes.
Thank you. The satsang.
Oh, okay. So, Carlos, where are you? Hola, Carlos.
Carlos.
Okay, when he comes, let me know. We will have him sing it, okay?
Okay.
Yes, we forgot.
Avisen cuando viene. Yeah.
Tell him that the answer is what we are reading today. Yes. So when he is here, we will do the Sri Mantra.
Yes.
So, how many now
¿Están
Mahatmas are?
listos todos para empezar? ¿Están todos? ¿Carlos apareció?
Well, when he comes.
Oh, okay. I can't see it because I'm with the phone.
Yeah, but I can. When I see him, when I see him, I'm sure
You
he'll
tell
come.
me. You tell me.
Otherwise, he'll come in the end, and that time we will have him say it. Okay? In the
Okay.
end.
But that is a good question for the answer. Why didn't the good answer for this question? Vyavasthit. Of course.
But it was good, and also it is Vyavasthit that Carlos reminded us, and and so it's good. Sometimes everything is Vyavasthit, but
Yes, and we have to remember that all the time. All the time.
We have to be
Sometimes
aware.
happen things that they are not. Yes, it happens to me yesterday. Some things that make me sad, and now this satsang today, it's beautiful because it connects me again with the knowledge.
Yes, because
sometimes I forget.
Why
Sometimes I forget.
Why don't you say this in Spanish?
Que a veces ayer me sucedieron cosas que me pusieron tristes y hoy poder estar en el satsang escuchando ayuda a darnos este conocimiento y es como que me vuelve a conectar con la conciencia de cómo son las cosas y que a veces me olvido y bueno, después me acuerdo.
Yes.
Patricia, yo estoy a la receptividad. ¿Están compartiendo?
Yes, yes, Stella.
Sí,
Yes.
¿me escuchas bien? Tenemos buena internet por ahora.
Yeah, Tela wants to share something, right?
¿Querés compartir algo, Tela? Abrí tu micrófono.
Sí, quiero compartir. Impresionó este viaje que hemos trabajado hoy y donde yo veo que es como el viaje de la vida. Mi vida, antes del Gnan y después del Gnan.
She wants to share this is the trip of her life before Gnan and after Gnan.
Oh, wonderful. Please do.
Sí, por favor, Estela.
En el viajero yo veo como que cuando me sostiene la intención del alma, no sé si las 9 veces, pero muchas veces me van a bajar, voy a sentir que me bajan del coche y me voy a volver a subir. La diferencia es que ahora el pasaje de enojarme puede durar un instante, porque no soy un pájaro embalsamado, pero dura un instante y enseguida me doy cuenta que estoy sumergida en Vyavasthit y salgo mucho más rápido porque la intención del alma me va teniendo. Y si no, lo leo de otra manera. No apoya esta conducta mía, entonces me doy cuenta que es del ego. No sé si estoy haciendo un buen uso, pero así más o menos es lo que me motiva a compartir.
Gracias, Tela. And now she see that she can see that the intention of the pure soul when when somebody takes her out the card and then back, she feel disturbed, but it's for a short time, because immediately she remembered the intention of the pure soul and that everything is Vyavasthit, and she can see that the reaction is from the ego.
Yes.
Vi
Yeah.
también en un satsang, me impresionó mucho la sencillez con que Gnani se lo explicó a alguien. La circunstancia en la que estamos metidos y te adaptas o te ajustas. Me encantó eso, te adaptas o te ajustas. Entonces, ahí la importancia de la situación cósmica, yo alma me he encarnado, tuve conciencia de eso, ¿no? Y miré las cosas de otra manera, empecé a entender a Vyavasthit, ¿sí? Empecé a comprender a Vyavasthit y a poder vivir plenamente esta enseñanza, con picos de molestia, pero que rápidamente los uso para entender la situación y cuál es mi actitud más ecuánime y la actitud más generosa y la que no lastime a nadie. Así que agradezco mucho este conocimiento.
Gracias. Tila remembers a satsang when the Gnani explains in a very simple way that the circumstances we live, and we have to adjust and accept, and that it changed her point of view completely. And of course, the understanding of Vyavasthit make her be the most of the time with an equanimity and not hurting anybody.
Beautiful. Yeah, absolutely beautiful, It is, as we said, this is exactly what Dadashri is saying in the last paragraph of what we read today. And you see, the questioner is saying, without a Sajivan Murti, you see, without a living Gnani, from where can such clarity be attained, you see? And Adashri says, it's not in the book. Yes, it's not in the book. It is through understanding the words of the Gnani Purush that all of this happens. This beautiful experience of yours, Stella, it's going to grow, you see, it's going to continue to grow beautifully, you see. Because now you're understanding it in exactness, you see.
Yes. Esto que dijiste, que es como dijimos hoy, ¿no? Y Dada dice en su último párrafo que sin un Gnani vivo, este entendimiento no está en los libros, porque es entender las palabras de Dada, es lo que continúa creciendo y te permite entender con exactitud.
It is this Gnani Vivo, living Gnani, is a simple definition. It's much more detailed because the Gnani is eternal, you see. Gnani is the one who is in the eternal forever, and it is that knowledge that has become so strong and solid that the body appears, the body is there naturally in front of you, and the Gnani and the questions and the presence and the Q&A with the Gnani allows you to see your own amapura, inexactness, you see.
Yes. En realidad el Gnani Vigo es una así muy simple definición, ¿no? El Gnani es eterno y es para siempre, y es su conocimiento sólido que está frente a nosotros y se vuelve claro para todos, ¿no? Y es a través de sus preguntas y de las preguntas y de las respuestas que nos permite el entendimiento de sus palabras y conocimiento.
This is, like he said in the last paragraph, this is here in front of the Gnani, with the Gnani. The path is not of doing anything. The path is absolutely and completely, totally of just understanding only, understanding. And that is what each one of us have been accomplishing in satsang ever since we realized the beauty. That began within each one of us. It had to begin within us only, and then we said, wow, nice, this is so beautiful, so easy, so natural.
Yes. Aquí es con el Gnan, acá dice Dadashri, el camino con el Gnan no es un camino de hacer en esto que leímos hoy, es solo entender. Y con eso en satsang nos comprometemos y comenzamos a aplicarlo, ¿no? Esto en cada uno de nosotros. Y esto sucede en este compromiso con el entendimiento y el conocimiento, se vuelve natural.
So this is very beautiful what you are expressing. It is coming from the heart. It is coming naturally from you, dear Stella. It is. It bypasses the intellect. This is who we are really. We are coming home in exactness. You see. Not blaming anyone else in this world, and being able to see that which really is not ours. So we need to let go of that which is not ours, and which is kashais are not ours, you see.
Esto que decís y compartiste, Tela, es algo hermoso que viene del corazón y viene de una forma muy natural y es más allá del intelecto. Es tu vuelta al hogar sin culpar ni lastimar a nadie y poder ver eso que no es nuestro, que son los kashais, y poder soltarlos y dejarlos ir.
Yeah, increasingly, naturally, the flawlessness of the world will begin. Nobody is really at fault. It is only their evidences that are manifesting, It is their evidence. Really, they are all pure souls, you see.
Esto crece naturalmente y poder ver que no hay culpables, nadie está en falta. Ver a las personas, tener la visión del libre de faltas, ¿no? Son las evidencias manifestándose para todos como almas puras.
Not a single satsang of the Gnani Purush Dadashri, as it is being shared anywhere, talks about doing this or doing that, or don't do this or don't do that. It is something else altogether, you see. Something else altogether. It is a slowly rising internal understanding within all Mahatmas, you see.
En ningún satsang del Gnani Purush Dadashri dice que debes de hacer esto o aquello o esto no. Otra cosa surge, que es el nuevo entendimiento en cada uno de todos nosotros.
We have a word in Gujarati which is called Tharigela, but anyway, I don't want you to worry about the word, but it is like, if you have made custard, or if you have made jello, or you make jelly, or you make something. Initially it is powdery and liquidy, and then you leave it for a while, you leave it, and after a day or so it gels, it just becomes gel, like a jelly. And still, even if you move the vessel a lot, it just you cannot disturb it. And that is what is happening to Mahatmas. The majority of them, if you see them sitting there in the satsang, anywhere, they have become gelled. Everything has settled down. You see, everything has settled down, and what is not settled down, they are settling it with equanimity. That's it. File comes, be still first yourself, and then see the external coming to a natural, vibrationless, circumstance, you see.
Yes. Esto es como, por ejemplo, cuando hacer algo como gelatina, ¿no? Se usa en principio un polvo, un líquido, y luego de un día esto se vuelve gelatinoso y como que toma cuerpo. Entonces lo podemos mover, llevar de un lado al otro, pero se mantiene sin movimiento. Y así pasa a los Mahatmas, ¿no? Como que todo queda resuelto con ecuanimidad, primero con nosotros mismos, y después poder tener la capacidad de ver que todo lo externo simplemente son circunstancias o evidencias.
Good. All right, I see our dear Carlos here. So Carlos is done. Yet, Tella, do you want to say anything else, my dear? Tella, before we go to Carlos, we're going to have Carlos sing the Tri Mantra.
¿Quieres
Celebrate.
decir algo más antes de que pedirle a Carlos que cante el Trimantra? Estela, por favor.
¿Qué me dijo a mí?
Si querés decir
¿Qué
algo
me
más,
dijo a
porque ahora
mí,
le va.
Patricia?
Si querés decir algo más antes de ir a Carlos.
Sí, quiero decir algo, que jamás pensé que el día que Shuddha entró a mi casa y con comida, con tanta gentileza, en realidad había entrado el Espíritu Divino a traerme un regalo. Increíble para mí todo lo que me pasó después de ese estar en las cataratas del Iguazú con ellos, de haber tocado al Gnani porque yo no sabía que no se podía tocar. Yo quería abrazarlo. Era una corriente amorosa impresionante que sentía en ese momento. Bueno, así que aprovecho para darle las gracias por el regalo divino que me trajo.
Gracias a vos, Estela. Gracias a vos, Estela. She never thought, or she never imagined when you went to her house to have lunch, that it was entering to her life this supreme spiritual thing to be into the nanny, take the nanny, and when she saw the nanny, she wanted to hug him. She knows that she couldn't, but all this to have you brought to her house all that, so she wants to say thank you.
You're right. And Luz will remember, and you, Patricia, will remember. It was one of the best lunches we've had in our life. It was because it was served with so much love, and there were all the Mahatmas there. Yes, it was so wonderful.
You are going to make me cry. Yes, of course. The best 15 days of my life. También Luz y Patricia van a recordar todo el amor que... Espera que te traduzco esto, Luz, por favor. Todos vamos a recordar esos momentos donde había tanto amor y tanta alegría y tanta felicidad. Sí, Tela, decime.
Patricia, quiero aportar algo que para mí ha sido muy práctico en la práctica, cómo hacer este pase, cómo usar. A mí me sirvió usar las primeras partes, la primera parte donde pongo la conciencia, con mi conciencia desde el ser. Cuando yo me veo apartada.
Cuando te ves como que se corta, se entrecorta.
Entrecorta, bueno.
No sí.
Cuando yo veo que estoy en el ego, cuando veo que estoy en ego, me doy cuenta.
Sí.
Y pido que mi conciencia vaya absolutamente hacia el ser y poder seguir el día desde allí. Cada vez que me salgo uso eso. Me funcionó.
Okay. Yes. Gracias. And she wants to share that when she realized that she's in the ego, and she knows that she no ego, she's alma pura, she's in the self, being in conscience of this self.
Beautiful, beautiful. And that is how our Gnani Purush Dadashri designed this Akram liberation for all his Mahatmas, you see, all for all. It only spreads, it only touches a human being when there is no ego. When you or I use any words, and if I want to say something to the other person, and if my ego arises inside, then it becomes a block. It will not really reach the other person, you see. Ego is a big wall in human communication, you see. When the ego comes down and comes down and comes down, then really this world begins to become so beautiful, so beautiful.
Yes. Así es como Dadashri diseñó para todos sus Mahatmas esto, ¿no? Y para poder comunicarme con otra persona, si voy desde el ego, lo único que voy a estar construyendo es una pared donde no voy a poder alcanzar a la otra persona. Pero en la medida que el ego va bajando y va desapareciendo, entonces el mundo se vuelve maravilloso.
Yes, Gnani Purush Dadashri, our dearest one, opened up the kingdom of our own blissful domain, you see. It just totally opened up, This is my world, the world of the egoless one, and I am the emperor of it, you see. In other words, this is my territory. up until now, I was in the wrong land. I was in somebody else's territory, in Tella's, in Shuddha's, in Patricia's territory, Marcella's territory, and that is why I was suffering so much. You see, and he did it so beautifully. He accomplished it so amazingly beautifully for each one of us. You see.
El Gnani Purush Dadashri nos abrió el reino de nuestro dominio de dicha. El ego no nos permite estar en esa dicha. Antes estábamos en el territorio de otra persona, en el territorio de Patricia o cualquiera, y eso era lo que traía el sufrimiento.
And it is just, it is so simple and it is so easy, and yet it is so difficult for the world. It is as simple as, hey, this is not happening to you. It is not, this is not who you are. All your suffering is because of your wrong view and wrong belief, wrong view is it's not happening to you.
Yes. Es tan simple y fácil para nosotros, ¿no? Pero para el resto del mundo que no tiene este conocimiento, no, es difícil. Pero para nosotros es fácil y simple porque no te pasa a ti. Y cuando estás en el ego, esa es la visión errónea.
Good. It's
One Trimantra time.
Yes, excellent. Trimantra time. Where is our dear? He play, Carlos. Oh, Carlos, we want the Trimantra from you. Hola, Carlos. All right, so.
Duda dice que tu pregunta tenía que ver con lo que estuvimos escuchando. Vyavasthit. Fue Vyavasthit, no cantar el Trimantra. Así que ahora cántalo.
Okay.
Estoy en la cocina. Estoy en la cocina.
No es importante esto. Alma pura.
Vitragai Namo Arikantana Namo Siddhana Namo Ariyariyana Namo Vasayana Namo Loye Sabasaunam Eso Pantanamukaro Sabapava Panasano Mangalananta Savesi Padamang Kavai Mangala O Namo Bhagate Vasudevaya O Namah Shivaya Jai Satitana Namo Vitragai Namo Arikantana Namo Siddhana Namo Ariyariyana Namo Vasayana Namo Loye Sabasaunam Eso Pantanamukaro Sabapava Panasano Mangalananta Sabesi Padamanghavai Mangala O Namo Bhagate Vasudevai O Namah Shivaya Jai Sati Tanam Namo Vitrakai Namo Harikantana Namo Siddhana Namo Ariariyana Namo Vasayana Namo Loye Savasaunam Eswapantanamukaro Savapava Panasano Mangala O Namo Bhagate Vasudevai O Namah Shivaya Jai Sati Tanam Jai Sati Tanam Jai Sati Tanam Jai Sati Tanam, gracias.
A
Jai,
vos, Jai Satchitananda.
Jai Satchitananda. Jai Satchitananda. Wonderful. In fact, after, as we participate in this magnificent three mantra offered by our dear Carlos, nothing remains to be said, you see. It is like a celebration of this Aptasutra, which gives us everything. The support of Vyavasthit and the awareness of the self. Support of Vyavasthit and the awareness of the self gives, you see, this beautiful dedication to of this Aptasutra with this be magnificent three mantra.
Yes. No hay nada más que decir. Es el apoyo de Vyavasthit y la conciencia del ser. Y esta hermosa dedicación del Trimantra a este maravilloso.
Yes. Thank you. Well, we're almost coming to the. We have a few minutes. Does anybody else wants to share or say anything?
Tenemos unos minutos más. ¿Hay alguien que quiera compartir algo?
All of us can really, all of us can see. Maybe we have not been told to get out of the car 7 times, but we should be prepared that even if it happens like that, that we will say Vyavasthit. Now, these kind of incidents do happen at airports when the flights begin to get cancelled because of bad weather or, whatever. And especially bad weather, and you're sitting at the airport, sometimes you have to spend the whole night at the airport, and that's when this knowledge will apply.
Esto puede ser que no nos tengamos que bajar del auto 9 veces o 7 veces o volver a subir, pero esto se puede aplicar en muchas circunstancias de la vida. Por ejemplo, si viajamos, estar en un aeropuerto y los vuelos se cancelan porque hay mal tiempo y hay que esperar. Y también existen muchas otras situaciones en la vida donde también podemos aplicar este conocimiento.
Or you have been expecting something good to happen or something nice to kind of happen, and the news of that good news keeps getting delayed for one reason or the other, suddenly. And you now have the answer, you see. And there is nothing called delay nothing called the word delay in our science. It is Vyavasthit.
Puede ser que todos estemos esperando algo lindo, ¿no? Y esto se retrasa y tarda, y puede ser que se retrase por diferentes razones. Pero ahora tenemos la respuesta, es Vyavasthit. Y nada es retraso, Vyavasthit.
Well, we have our dear Claudia, with 50% of her being unveiled and the other 50% has got a veil in front of her. You can see that, right, in her black and white picture there.
Ahí tenemos a Claudia con una foto que por un lado tiene velo y la otra mitad no tiene velo. Si pueden ver la foto, la mitad cubierta, la otra mitad descubierta.
But with our knowledge, with who we are, with who we really are, there is no veil. You see, there is no veil.
Y con nuestro conocimiento no hay velos. Sabemos quién realmente somos.
There is only Vyavasthit. There is only
Solo hay Vyavasthit.
Yes, Vishuddhatma Bhagavan. Highest namaskars from Patricia and our dear Marcella and Shuddha to all of you, and Paramatma within all of you. Yes.
Thank you, Shuddha. Thank you. Thank you. Jai Satchitana.
Thank you, Jai Satchitana. Thank you very much.
Jai Satchitana. Good to see Gonzalo and Monica and everyone else here, of course, yes. And we are energizing and hoping that Carlos will use his beautiful voice for more songs in Akram Vignan, all right, in your own language.
Y esperamos que Carlos, you said, que cantes más canciones en español.
Yes. Sing it loud for the world about Dada, Dada.
Cántalo en voz alta para el mundo, cántale a Dada.
All right, good to see Paz and Devdasi, Gonzalo, Claudia, everyone, Maritza. Okay, Vishuddhatma Bhagavan, have a wonderful day until we meet again.
Thank you very much. Thank you. We love you.
Love you.
Yes, we love you very much. Divina Marcela.
Jai Satchidananda. Jai Satchidananda.
Gracias, Shuddha.